What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. We are on floor 288 Onslaught, and as you see, this is the Crumbled Bulwark map. I loved the Ramparts map here in DD1, and it is definitely passed over into the Crumbled Bulwark form for DD2 here. Let's take a look and see what we got. I can see that controlled burn right away. We've got some EMP stabby zappers with controlled burn and a long shot. Now that shouldn't be too terrible of a challenge, especially now that I have water on my sky guards drenching those enemies. So controlled burn will, or should, get dealt with without a problem there. Now down below here we've got Geohex Zerker throwers with maximum effort. We want unique sources of damage down below, so lots of different stuff. See, here we've got Omega Squad Gamma with proximity, so no cyborgs plus proximity. This lane should be easy mode, really. But, of course, we know that lane is going to combine with it. And there we've got Psyfrost Vanguard Whompers. And they've got Spellbreaker. So we do want some physical damage on this lane as well. And we want proximity here, so like maybe some traps, auras, and nodes here. And then maybe some physical damage hammering into it in the back. We'll have to see how it goes. And then for flyers, we've got stabbies with brittle and abominable. This particular flyer lane I generally don't worry about because it's just so easy to have them fly through a bunch of auras and stuff right here. Same thing really can be said about this flyer lane. Now, here we've got pilot on. I just don't think this lane is going to be an issue. We've got some bullet sponge down below. Let's go ahead and start off at the bottom and check this thing out. Alright, Geohex Zerker throwers. We got 8 Zerkers. That is the worst part about this lane, is there is lots and lots of those Lady Orc Zerky girls going to be rolling right on out. Now, only 29 mobs though, so I don't really want to overkill it with the Weapon Man nodes. I'm going to put 2 of them down there. And then we got maximum effort, so we do want lots of unique sources of damage hitting them. So why don't we go with a Lightning Strike Aura, a Flame Aura, and then let's throw some other stuff in the back. What do we have here? Let's go, let's see, let's get a Poison Dart Tower in. That's another unique source of damage. Try to get it all the way at the edge of that Weapon Man. Looks like that's going to be right about there, maybe? And then let's get one more source of damage. How about some snakes? Always fun to throw some snakes in the mix. They are all set up and ready to go. And I'm just going to put that snake just right in front there. So I think that lane's going to be solid. There is no doubt in my mind. Now, let's deal with this flyer lane real quick. We know we got controlled burn, but long shot. And long shot just works so nicely with sky guards, because they've got just such a long range. So what I'm going to do, I've got the drenching sky guards there. And then I'm going to throw a Poison Dart Tower with storm damage on in front. So we will get the electrocute combo on these mobs coming in. And both the long shot and the controlled burn will both be handled by these 2 defenses. Now if we take a look here, we've got the Omega Squad Gamma with that proximity. However, we also have that Spellbreaker Frosty lane coming. So first off, let's just get the Omega Squad Gamma stuff dealt with. And let's go... I don't want to go all the way up to the spawn. Am I in it? Yeah, I'm actually in the spawn there. Let's come back just a little bit further. Let's go something like that with the Weapon Mans. And that's not all the way in there. It's close, but it's not all the way in. And then what else for proximity? We can go with the Flame Aura and or the Lightning Aura and the Flame Aura. And then there's 2 things here. Now, first off, we know that frost mobs take double damage from fire, so having a little fire here is not going to hurt. We do have that Flame Aura, and there's no cyborgs on this lane, which is kind of nice. I'm thinking to take advantage of 2 things, both the frost and the heavy amount of goblins. 86 mobs, 84 of the mobs are goblins, so that kind of makes me want to go with a little Gobu Boom. So I'm going to get some fissures down, so I get the fire damage, and I'm taking advantage of there being just an absurd amount of goblins. So why don't we go... why don't we get one way down there And then we'll put another one kind of up front. That way it can start hitting them out here a little bit farther. I think that will work out. We got 400 DU left, so lots to work with still. Now, I do want to get some physical in the mix as well. And I've been just having a little bit of a love for the old ballistas here lately. I've kind of shied away from ballistas most of the time I've been playing the game, just because I was such a massive harpoon fan from DD1. And these ballistas are not those harpoons from DD1. There's no doubt. Cool factor, minus 1,000. These ballistas are beast, but they're not the DD1 ones, that's for sure. Now, we also have some flyers over here. So, although both of these flyer lanes are going to fly low through ours, I do want to get some sort of backup here. So I'm just going to throw a Skyguard there in the back. Now, with these two lanes, we got Sparks and Shields here, Wall Leech and Bullet Sponge. And then we've got Omega Squad Epsilon. Once again, lots of goblins. And these guys are phased, so they're going to move really slow. So to start things off, I think I'm going to split this entire area with one weapon manufacturer. So let's just really spread out a weapon man here and get this whole area covered. Now that's going to leave me 110 DU left. I think the easiest route to take is going to be to just go an LSA and a Flame Aura here. The flyers will have to fly through it. And then we'll go with an LSA and a Flame Aura here as well. And once again, the flyers will have to fly through it. So I do want to make sure that that Flame Aura is getting right to the edge of the Weapon Man coverage down here, as we do have Cyborgs, and I'd like to have some damage going on those Cyborgs as they're getting hit. So as soon as the Cyborg starts to climb the stairs here, it should get stunned, and then hopefully the Flame Aura is going to get some work in there. Now I've got 300 DU left for upgrades. I think it's only natural to upgrade the flyer defenses, and then I've got 160 left. Let's hit this lane, and then we'll throw 50 right there, and let's see how wave 1 goes here. It could be a complete train wreck, or it could go relatively smoothly. We'll have to see. Taking a look down below, I don't think down below is going to be an issue. The PDT and Snake are just going to tear stuff up, not even counting the R's in there. So let's take a look at all these goblins and see. Now they probably are not going to get a whole lot of kills here until I get some upgrades on that Fisher. There's a couple of booms going off, but just not many. So let's just go ahead and put a little bit of help in this lane. One of the big benefits of this map with these two big lanes converging right here is, you know, everybody knows I'm a big fan of that Grave Infection mod, the Pirate mod. And this is going to give me an opportunity to really stack up those Grave Infection mods, which in turn is just going to give me a ton of free AoE poison damage as these Grave Infections just rip off all the damage. Actually, there was only one right there. I'm sure there was something else that disappeared. Now let's take a look here, make sure we're getting all this handled. Same thing really on both of these lanes. The mobs are packed tight together. So getting the Grave Infection stacked up should certainly not be a huge issue. Take a look back over here. Looks like we're still doing good. Actually, it looks like it's going really smooth. So, I think we're not going to have a problem getting the job done here. We will see. Let's check out down below. Down below is definitely no problem at all. These baddies are getting steamrolled down there for sure. And here come the assassins. So I want to go to my assassin killing area, which only makes sense to be right here. I've got the weapon manufacturers for the stun, plus the flame and lightning strike aura. Oh, we got beat up a little down there. Oh, one lady orc decided to make the push. That girl is just a fussy one. Now that's nothing that a couple of upgrades down here won't resolve. So let's let this top pack burn off. I didn't expect that, to be honest. That lane was just melting down there. But I'm definitely going to need to go something a little heavier here. See, and that was 80 DU I've got available. I'm tempted. I'm very, very tempted to just throw a ballista down here. It's probably not the right thing to do. But I think I'm going to do it anyway. Let's try this instead down below here. So we've got the one ballista. We're going to buff it with Destructive Pylon on the Lightning Strike Aura. Plus give ourselves additional Lady Orc killing area. So let's get all of this stuff upgraded one. And then we'll head on up top here and see what we can do. Now, the flyers weren't an issue, but, you know, I'm just not going to take any chances. Let's see, instead of going into the ballista, let's try to get some more booms going here. If we can get more booms going, that's just going to be more free damage. You know, I'm tempted just to jack that thing all the way up, but only 100 left. Actually, there's a bunch of mana right here. Let's do it. Let's jack that front fissure just all the way to the roof here. We can't get it all the way upgraded, but got some nice ups on it for sure. And I'll just throw 50 on that one. Now, I believe that lane is actually going to be a non-issue now. So let me come down here and take a look at this lane with these Lady Orcs. And we've got something packing a little bit more of a punch. You know, hitting for, what, 4.5 million damage is pretty darn nice, that's for sure. Yeah, that was a little better. Just a little bit nicer. See how it's all coming over here. Same thing, we got a big old pile up going here, so there's a massive bottleneck for the mobs here, and that is just where Grave Infection shines. And the massive bottleneck is right on top of a fissure. So the fissure is able to really get some shots in there. We got our first Lava Guardian out of the mix. Here comes Captain Dreadbones as well. Now he's going to just run right on through. I think I'll go ahead and blow Drago Lich out on those guys. And then we'll just burn them really quickly. Lava Guardian's still up, man. Those guys are tough. No doubt about that. Now let's take a look once again down here at this lower lane. Nothing coming right now, so nothing to really look at. So let me keep spraying into that pack and hope that some of those Grave Infections will stack up in there. Boy, I got a really bad frame rate drop when I point down this lane. Now there's a lot of particles and stuff going on the screen. That's probably a big part of it. We see the booms are just ripping off there now, so upgrading that front fissure definitely did good. You can see nothing but like a pack of black smoke, and that's all the booms going off. So good stuff there for sure. Here comes the Sins. And we're able to clear them right off of us, since those guys are not immune to stun. And I think it's good game, actually. We're down to, what, 15 mobs left now. So wave 2 going very, very smooth. I'm getting a bit of a frame rate drop down this lane as well. It's so strange. When I come and look right down onto that lane, I'm sitting at 100, right at 144 frames per second. Looking down this lane, well, there's no mobs there now, so right now I'm still over 100 frames. Yeah, I'm over 100 frames everywhere now. But when the pack was there, looking down that lane over there, it was dropping me all the way down to like 45, 50 frames. Which is a massive, massive drop. Now, I just basically ensured that this lane can be ignored, pretty much. That's a lot of upgrades right there, so good stuff right there for sure. Let's go ahead and get that bad boy all the way to tier 5, since it's doing so nicely. And then down below, let's ensure a little bit further that these Lady Orcs are not going to be a problem. And just get this ballista really jacked up. Up to 5.76 million damage per hit now. That is good stuff for sure. It should just wreck right through them. I mean, with the Lady Orcs being stunned up inside of a Lightning Strike Aura, a Flame Aura, a Weapon Man, and having this hammer them, that should just really, really wreck the faces here. Yeah, lower lane is looking really solid. Let's see about that frame rate drop again. See, I'm holding steady right now. You know what? It seems to be the Monk's fire, actually. When I start right-clicking with the Monk with all the other particles going on, it's dropping me all the way down into the 40-50 frames range. Definitely getting way, way low. Over this way I'm at 80. What if I start firing? Oh wow, it is the monk's fire. That's interesting, especially being it's one of my favorite DPS heroes. We got Skarnash coming now. Let's just go ahead and put the paint on him. And then just burn up the rest of this lane here. Look at those grave infections stacking up in there now. It looked like there was 4 of them there. I may be mistaken, but it definitely looked like 4. 4 grave infections, even, and I don't have a perfect mod. I think my mod is 7 out of 10. And maybe it's 9 out of 10. I don't remember. I'll have to look again. But the grave infection will crit really close to 3 million damage. AoE. So it's hitting, you know, the full pack there all at once. Oh, look at the booms going off. So nice. Assassins are kind of a non-issue. There we go. And then here comes the big flyer packs. Let's just look at them. You know, those flyers are all dive bombing. Was that an all kamikaze lane over there? I'm going to have to look at that flyer lane again. If that was a full kamikaze lane, I can get rid of that Skyguard and put like another Flame Aura and LSA over here to help this lane more. Yeah, they all got wrecked. No doubt about it. Let me look. It seemed like there was an awful lot of kamikazes and not a whole lot of anything else. Oh, it is. It's only kamikazes. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and make that change. That is easy money right there, so to speak. Because that is going to allow me... Actually, it'll allow me to double dip big time. Oh, let's definitely do that. Yeah, that gives me complete lane coverage over here. So this Flame Aura, Lightning Strike Aura is going to cover both lanes. Gives me a nice amount of backup damage there. Let's throw a couple of upgrades on each one of them. And then let's get a little bit more love thrown down in the bottom. Or what do we want to do here? Let's just throw upgrades around all over the place. How about that? Upgrades for everyone. Let's definitely get another Ballista upgrade, and then both of those. Boy, this is going to be some serious pain here. Is that Ballista tier 5? Oh, it is. 6.5, almost 6.5 million damage. That's good stuff. Per hit, of course. So, alright, we've got a complete freight train going down here now. There is nothing that is going to live through that. And this is only wave 4. I might be able to get this full lane up to tier 5 by the end. Of course, I probably don't need to. I think this lane is probably going to be pretty much AFK from here on out. Now, of course, I do have to keep an eye on bosses. See, we're looking good here, too. Let's see how the booms go off if I don't fire into them. There's a lot of booms going off. I mean, every time you see that black smoke come up, that is one of the booms that's being triggered. So we're doing really good here. Now, in case you're curious, the reason I said to get rid of the air defense over here is if it's a lane like that lane only has kamikazes and assassins. There's nothing else. Now, kamikazes are going to dive bomb traps, Auras, and nodes. They're just going to kill themselves right into the ground. So, since I have this aura and node set up here, those kamikazes on that side are just going to kill themselves. That's just how it's going to be. See how we coming here. Nothing is pushing through. So we're making pretty good progress here. Kind of interesting that... Okay, it did get the flame aura. I was going to say the cyborgs didn't appear to be getting the auras, but it did. Now, of course, I've got tenacity on the weapon mans and the fishers, so I don't have to worry about anything with those. And we should have some assassins coming our way here in a moment. Go ballistas. Wreck all those faces. You know, although it doesn't have that awesome rapid fire of the DD1 ballistas, the ballistas are still kind of nice. And here comes the assassins. They are owned. And we got Gribs coming, we've got a Slakelion coming, and the assassins coming Let's get these assassins handled first. Looks like they're all good. And let's go to Griblock here. We got the nuke on Gribs, so we got Gribs one shot. Slakelion, of course, is going to be here next wave, but no problems there either. We got just 12 flyers, and these flyers should just evaporate in all of this, our weapon manufacturer madness going right here. Alright, now everything held really, really strong. Let me take a look at some kills here real quick. 115 kills. Yeah, so the Gobu Boom is definitely going off. Getting lots of kills in. You see the damage dealt is over the 2 billion mark. It was probably over the 2 billion mark after one wave. I'm not positive, though. Let's go ahead and get this stuff upgraded one more time. All the way around. Man, that is just beefy. And just for extra sauce, we'll throw another up on each one of those ballistas. So let's just let this fly. I'm anticipating Wave 5 should go real smooth. Now, I didn't look at the bosses. Not looking at the bosses in Onslaught mode is just straight up not smart. However, didn't look at the bosses. It'll be a nice surprise. Let's see what we're going to get. Please don't be a Bastille Master. A Bastille Master will destroy this weapon man and just make for a chaotic end to Wave 5 here, that's for sure. But it's going to be a surprise, because I just don't know what's coming. Alright, we got a Sniper Warbleed. Looks like coming out of that far lane, and we got a Drakenlord too. Very nice. Let's get that Drakenlord handled. In fact, you know what? Let's throw the nuke in here. There we go. Drakenlord is down. Almost took a shot to the face there. I didn't need that. We still got the Sniper Warbleed coming through, but I don't think that Sniper Warbleed is going to survive that little gauntlet of ours and Weapon Man's up top over on that side. Yeah, it looks like it is just getting destroyed, so I'm just going to ignore that bad boy and keep the pain going into this lane right here. Another big frame rate drop right there. So strange. Especially since it seems like it's tied to the monk weapon. So we're at 140 frames per second looking that way. While firing over here, I'm sitting at 54. So just really weird frame rate drops depending on which direction you're looking at the time. We got more assassins coming. We got Quibs is on the way. Quibs should not be a huge problem. Is he going to get wrecked? Yeah, Quibs down. Alright, so we got nothing but that big old pack of flyers, and they're just not going anywhere. They're going to have a bad day in weapon manufacturer Flame Auraville over here. And there we go. So that was floor 288 in Onslaught, the Crumbled Bulwark. So thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget, if you're not registered to win, that giveaway, the big enchilada giveaway, ends tonight at midnight. Make sure you're entered to win, because I want somebody who watches the channel to win these things. Nothing worse than having someone who just came by to win it. I want it to be one of you all that watch my DD2 content, and other content for that matter, on a regular basis. So get yourself entered to win if you're not. Go to the channel, the video is right there at the top. So let's grab our Chaos 8 amp real quick, and then we will call it a day. Give me that amp. No amp. Maybe I was too demanding that time. I'll ask a little nicer on the next floor. So thank you once again, and I will see you soon. Take it easy.